As always, wonderful and beautiful, glorious day it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us all rejoice and be glad in it. Absolutely. It is soulful Sunday evening, September 3rd, 2023. Knocking at the front door. All right. I'm your host, yours truly, Orlando Davis. As you can see on the bottom left hand of your screen, and we're simply looking at gold on a 1 minute time frame. I'm going to show you simply how super fractal the market is. Whatever you're anticipating to be printed on a higher time frame, it happens on a lower time frame as well. It's just at a much faster pace. Okay, so I'm simply going to go over as to how I was able to get into this buy right here on gold. Okay, here's the deal. So my thought process was this: I seen gold. Let's back up to the five. Let's go to the 5 minute time frame as well. So, think about it is, I seen gold create some sort of like reaccumulation triangle. Price went up, right? So right here on the 1 minute time frame, right here on the 1 minute time frame, I see a bullish divergence change of character. And you probably ask me, how can I tell? So you see how price is slightly lower, price is slightly upward, midpoint right here, change of character. Okay, cool. Price decided, okay, cool. We created a bullish divergence change of character. Okay, which automatically makes this a demand zone and point of interest. Okay, that's why I have a you see that's why I have an alert setting right here just in case price wants to come down here. But here's the deal. So price entered a temporary bearish market, right? So I was looking at, okay, cool. Price change character right here, right? Price formed lower, performed this low, came back, took out these equal high, relatively equal high liquidity, came up here, created a lower high, took these people's stop losses right here, and then did what? Broke structure and created a new low. And I also see this type of redistribution 1 minute triangle, right? So I'm thinking as well before price printed this accumulation, I'm thinking to myself, hey, two possible things. Price may want to do what? Uh, Based off of the trade setups that I take the video that's on my channel, seven trading templates that's guaranteed to put you in profit. Right here, we have an opening balance, consolidation, and then another opening balance. So then I'm thinking in my mind, okay, bullish reversal, right? But at times, depending on this is also a supply zone. Price may want to come back to the supply zone and then sell off, or price may want to come back to this supply zone and then sell off. Take this liquidity right here, come back to this extreme supply zone, and then sell off. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. Price changed character, came back here, price broke structure. Okay, we're entering a temporarily bearish market. This is my mindset before this is printed. Okay, but I see price how it was constructing because this is where the market opened. The market was like right here where it says automatic rally right here. That's where the market opened up. Okay, I mean, well, technically the market opened up right here where it says secondary test and created this bullish move right here. So I'm thinking all in my mind, in between here, I'm taking it for a little small scalps, buying sales, and I'm just watching as price is being printed, as gold is being printed. Okay, and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, this is not going as well as I thought it would be. So I was placing my stop losses in a break even, and um, wasn't taking any lessons, so I made like a little bit of profit, if any. Stop loss came back here, break even on several positions in between here. So my thought process was, okay, I know what a Wyckoff accumulation looks like. The thing about it is, I didn't know if it was going to print a accumulation schematic number one or an accumulation schematic number two. So the thing about it is, I seen the M in between here, where we have a selling climax, automatic rally, secondary test, up thrust action, and where price created this sign of weakness. I know that in an accumulation schematic, that the sign of weakness leads to what? The supply zone of the up thrust action, and then price comes back down here to the sign of weakness. Now, one or two things can happen with this area. Price can take out the sign of weakness and break lower below the sign of weakness and create a spring, which is an accumulation schematic number one, or in this example, this is an accumulation schematic number 2, where, okay, the sign of weakness went to retest the supply zone of the upthrust action, and then this sell to the downside did not break below the sign of weakness. It respected it. And so this created a LPS, which is called a last point of support, which it does not, where price does not create a spring. And so then price started moving bullish. And so I got in for a buy market execution right along here with prices at 1939.78 on gold. And I'm simply looking for price to, obviously it was going to break up above here because it accumulated right here and it didn't accumulate off of this demand zone. So I knew price was going to break up above here, but now I have my TP at a 5-minute imbalance. I have my TP at a 5-minute imbalance being right here, literally at the bottom of this wick right here, since it's unmitigated in that area. So I'm looking for price to, let's see, in this example, this would be a 35 pip stop loss on gold. It'll be a 22% return. It'll be a 22% return. Excuse me, on gold. So I have 2 positions I'm in right now. I'm in literally at 1939.78, as you see right here on the screen, and I'm literally in at 1939.80, which is 2 pipettes above my original entry. All right, both of them going for the same TP. The thing about it is I'm already at break even since price has already broken structure back here. I already have both of those positions at break even. I have not taken partials yet though. So obviously price on the 1-minute time frame created a divergence right here, the midpoint being a change of character. But as I always say, just like I said on my previous videos, a change of character does not determine a change of trend. A break of structure, which is a continuation in that direction, solidifies that, yeah, this is going bearish temporarily, or this is going bullish temporarily, or yeah, hey, we're finally getting ready to go back pro trend bullish, or we're finally getting ready to go back pro trend bearish. Okay, so that's the thing about it. So you can see how this supply zone, literally the wick of it, you can see how it failed, price failed. So now my mindset is, hey, with my buy entries, hey, I'm expecting for this to continue to go bullish. You know, even though I did enter this buy into the Asia session, gold is not in session on a technical basis, but me personally, news, no news, I trade the setup. Price is going to print what it wants to print. The market's going to print what it wants to print, whether there is news or whether it's not news. I look at news as far as being a turbo to get there quicker. I'm looking at it as a turbo boost for price to get wherever it wants to do quicker, because it's going to print that regardless whether it was going to do what it wanted to do, regardless if it was news or no news. That's how I simply look at the market. But yeah, I looked at gold and I have this. I have the structure labeled out. I have it labeled out with the schematics, right? Technically, this right here. Let me go ahead and mark this up. Because this right here would be the sign of strength. This right here would be a sign of strength, and this would be the right here would be the back up to the edge of the creek. The BUEC, back up to the edge of the creek. All right, and then there's the bullish move. All right, so now what I'm anticipating is for price to create, because the market cycle is this: accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution, redistribution, accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution, and redistribution. So now the thing about it is this: you can have an accumulation that's a lower low. Excuse me. You can also have an accumulation that's a higher low. So you must realize where their accumulation is coming into play at when it's attempted to be printed in the market. Also, you can have a distribution that's a higher high, but you can also have a distribution that's a lower high. So you must be cognizant and be aware and pay attention to where prices are attempting to print the schematic in the market. So we can see how on gold that this is going bullish, because let's see, on the 1 hour time frame, we have a divergence, price laying upward, price laying lower, midpoint, change of character area. So now that change of character also means, hey, liquidity has been taken. So price is coming back up here to do what? Refill some imbalances that's on a smaller time frame. So the thing about it is that is attempting to refill these imbalances. Yes, I know this buy entry that I'm in is counter trend. It's counter trend to what I'm looking at, because on a higher time frame we have a what? Bearish divergence print with a change of character. So price took that sell side liquidity and wants to rally back up to probably refill some imbalances. So that's why on a lower time frame we're temporarily bullish. And I seen this 1 minute accumulation schematic, right? So let's go ahead and erase this right here. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you as to how I was able to identify this move. I was able to identify this move. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up a diagram of an accumulation schematic. So right here, as you can see on my screen, um, I said gold was an accumulation schematic number 2. So this is accumulation schematic number 2. You can see right here where price probably did not create. I didn't label the preliminary support because price didn't really create one, but created the selling climax, automatic reaction, secondary test. This right here is the upthrust action. It's not labeled just from this diagram off the internet. It's not labeled, but this is called the UA, which is the upthrust action. And then price simply goes down here and does what? Create the secondary test in phase B or the sign of weakness. Okay, secondary test in phase B, then comes up. It respects the supply zone of the upthrust action, and then price comes back down to do what? Retest the demand zone of the secondary test in phase B. So that's what I seen, and I said, okay, cool, buy entry. And then I could see the schematic forming, and then now you have that what? Sign of strength. And then you have the what? The backup or last point of support, the backup to the edge of the creek, because the top part where the automatic rally is called the creek, and then the lower the range where the seller climax sets is called the ice. That's just technical terms. So this is the sign of strength with the sign of strength, and then the backup to the edge of the creek, and then go and create its bullish phase. Go from downtrend, sideways, plays on liquidity, playing chess out at an auction, outbidding each other. Hey, this for 1,000, this for 2,000, so forth and so on. Finally, the bulls take over. Bam, there's your expansion. All right, and so that's why we have this this bullish move right here. This big bullish move right here. Like I said, on the 4-hour time frame, and here's the deal, on the 4-hour time frame, yes, is now mitigating a 4-hour time zone, but on the lower time frame, you have all kinds of imbalances with inside of this big bearish 4-hour candlestick. So I may or may not look to take partials now, but we'll see. We'll see, because have price at least coming to mitigate this area right here, which would be a 1 to 22 if it wants to do that. If it wants to do that. And you can see how price is still moving bullish. Created this high, came back and formed this low, then did what? Create another high. Right, so I may look to go ahead and take partials. My stop loss is already at break even. I may look to go ahead and take partials, but even so, but this is a gold. This is a breakdown of gold. How to see that this was an accumulation schematic number 2, where price did not create a spring, and it led to what? The sign of strength, back up to the edge of the creek, and then boom. So the thing about it is this: when you're looking to trade the Wyckoff method, you have 3 possible entries. You have the first one being the last point of support. All right. The second one you have is the comeback, the test right here. That's the second one. The third one is the back up to the edge of the creek. You always, in every schematic, in an accumulation or distribution schematic, you always have 3 opportunities to get in. And so the last opportunity is when price actually breaks above the creek or falls through the ice, which is break the level of resistance or break the level of support. The last opportunity to get in is to back up to the edge of the creek in a accumulation schematic, or if it was a distribution schematic, it would be the last point of supply. The last point of supply. So my thing is, like I said, I'm looking for this to go bullish, and my exit is going to be literally the wick of this 5-minute supply zone. And so this will yield me a 1 to 22, or 1 to 22, which would be oh so beautiful. All right. So that was the gold breakdown. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedule and listen to what I have to say. It is always greatly appreciated, and I will never ever take it for granted. Have a safe, blessed, and productive rest of your soulful Sunday evening. Know that I love you, and as I always like to say, God created us on purpose to fulfill a purpose, but more importantly, God has blessed us with our name on it. Always remember to be addicted to information, but not allergic to execution. Never stop learning, never stop teaching, never stop educating, and most importantly, and certainly not least, never stop praying. Uh, Next time I'll be live, I don't know when again. It's in God's plan and in God's will, probably tomorrow. All right. But with that being said, you all have a safe, blessed, productive rest of your soul for Sunday evening. Take care.